Welcome to the Chaos Sector. After our team discussion, we discussed how detectives went about investigating the crime scene. From collecting evidence, investigating the surrounding area, and talking to the individuals who survived that night. Funk was interviewed, but due to her allegedly not being awake during that time frame, her accounts have no real merit, so we assume. What I would like to do at this moment is simulate the interviewing process of the survivor. I'll present an interview of Dylan Mortensen based on the information we have just explored in the previous episode. Keep in mind, this simulation would be when detectives initially interacted with Mortensen before any affidavit was produced. Let's get started. Ms. Mortensen, I want to first establish what this is. My name is Detective John Doe with the Moscow Police Department. I'm here to conduct an interview about the night of the murders. I want you to be comfortable and feel no burdens upon you. This is an interview with a survivor of those murders. You witnessed someone in the home, suspected of committing the murders. I just want to obtain information on what you witnessed. I want to first start off by asking about the setting in the home before anything happened. You all went out partying that night, correct?
Yeah, me and Bethany went to a different party. Xana and her boyfriend Ethan went to a frat party, and Madison and Kaylee went out to the bar. It was normal for us to go out, just to have fun on the weekends.
Understandable. Nothing wrong with enjoying yourselves. Especially with the stress of the college life. Personally, I hated going to class. Just kidding, but can you give me an hour or an approximate time when everyone arrived back home? Did everyone come back at the same time?
I think it was around 1 a.m. when me and Bethany came back. I remember telling Bethany about working on a skit for TikTok later Sunday morning. So yeah, it was about 1 a.m.
Okay, around what time did everyone else come back?
I think they arrived about an hour later, around 2 something.
All right, now did anyone else come back to the home, such as other friends or associates?
Not that I know of. When me and Bethany arrived, we were the first ones back. And when everyone else got back, it was just them. I didn't see anyone else, or hear a different voice, like another guy or girl,
Okay, I want to address the setting in the home. You were in your bedroom, correct?
Yeah, before, Bethany told me she was going to sleep. Everyone else was talking in the living room, before they went to their rooms. I stayed up a bit, going over ideas for my TikTok skit. Then I would say around 2:30 a.m., I laid down and dozed off.
Did you see or hear anything before or after this time frame?
Not before, but I think around 4 a.m., I woke up and I heard Kaylee's dog barking. I thought she was just playing with her dog.
Okay, did you hear or see anything suspicious at this time?
No, but there was loud noise, and I told everyone to tone the noise down, because I was trying to go back to sleep.
How did you communicate this?
I just yelled it from my door.
So, what happened after this? Did anyone respond?
No, nobody responded. But I did hear screaming, and I heard Kaylee's dog barking.
You say you heard screams. Where did it come from?
I heard the screams from upstairs. It sounded like Mogan's bedroom.
Do you know who was screaming based on the voice?
It sounded like Kaylee. I recognized her voice. And I also heard some thumping sounds, and, I got a bit nervous.
Did you think anyone was in danger, or did it sound like Madison and Gonzalez were fighting?
I'm not sure what was going on, so I just called everyone to find out.
So all of this was around 4 a.m. When you called everyone, did anyone respond to you specifically, or was there indication that everything was okay?
No, nobody responded. I called, and then I opened my door to check, and I didn't see anyone. But a guy walked past me and headed out of the house.
Can you give a description of this person?
Well, he was dressed in black clothing, and he had like a mask covering his mouth, but I didn't know who he was. I thought he might have been a guest of my friend's. So, I just went back in my room, locked the door, and decided to go back to sleep.
Can you give a more detailed description, such as his race, height, weight, and perhaps his age range?
I think he was a white guy, maybe 6 feet tall. He was kinda slim, but wasn't skinny. And I couldn't really tell how old he was though. I'm not really sure.
Thank you. Did you see this person physically exit? Did he say anything to you or anyone before he left the home?
As I closed my door, I did peek out watching him leave. But he didn't say anything to me when he walked by. Before this, I heard a man's voice saying something, like it's okay, I'm here to help, or something like that. I couldn't really tell, but I heard something about helping someone. I was kinda confused about it. I wasn't sure what to think.
You said you called your peers when you heard screams and cries. Did you ever check on your peers after the man left the home?
I believe it was Xana. It sounded like across the hall to me. I don't know what was going on. That's why I called everyone. That's when I heard the man's voice.
Was Bethany asleep during this time frame? And did you call her when you called everyone else?
I did text her, but I think she was asleep. We had been drinking a lot that night. She never texted me back, so maybe she was asleep. I was thinking though, I don't remember anyone telling me about someone coming over. We usually call it a night, after being out partying. It wasn't a big deal really, it's just, time for sleep.
No, I completely understand. So when the man left the home, you locked your door and went to sleep. You felt everything was okay, and just went to bed, correct?
I don't know, it's like, I can't say that I felt everything was okay. I mean, it was just weird. I didn't hear from anyone when I called them, but I figured, everybody just goofed off and decided to go to sleep. I figured the guy was told to leave, and he left. I just thought everything was resolved. Maybe it was some guy they invited over after the party. I figured that. I don't know if they got into an argument with him, or whatever, but I didn't hear anything after that. Well, the dog was still barking though, but he always barked, so I just shrugged it off. I just can't believe it, all that time I thought they were playing around, and somebody murdered them. I can't believe this happened.
It's okay, you're a brave young woman. Here's some tissue. Don't worry, we'll get the person who did this, trust me. I feel that you've provided me with enough information at this point. You need to have a moment to grieve, but if there is anything I can do, or if you have additional information that hasn't dawned on you at this moment, feel free to contact me. Here's my card, Ms. Mortensen. I want you to know we are all working hard to bring the killer to justice.
Thank you, Detective Doe. I really appreciate that. I just wish I hadn't been so selfish. The way I yelled at my friends about me trying to get some sleep, if only I knew what was really happening. It tears me up inside.
No, don't do that. You're only human, and humans make mistakes. This is not your fault. Don't beat yourself up over something you couldn't control.
I guess you're right, but why do I feel so guilty? I feel like my behavior that night led to my friends being murdered. Who cares if they're partying? I feel so stupid. I just want my friends back. Now I can't sleep. I wanted that so bad that night, and now it's impossible to get it.
We live with regrets, but regrets are learning experiences. Unfortunately, this happened, which would tear anyone up inside, but the key is to keep pushing forward and find the strength to overcome your pain and live a more meaningful life. I wish you the best, Ms. Mortensen. Take care.
What's up, John? What did you find out?
I found out one of the survivors is withholding information. Her accounts don't add up at all. She clearly knows more than what she claimed unfolded that night.
What do you mean? Is she a suspect?
I'm not jumping the gun just yet, but I'm not ruling it out neither. She heard screams, not yelling or loud talking, screams, Joe, screams. This means she was aware of danger in the home, regardless of how it was carried out and who did what. It's puzzling that she would call her peers after hearing screams, cries, and a dog barking, right? That commotion is not from a party. There is violence being committed, and I can't fathom that she couldn't pick up on that. It's just impossible.
So in other words, she's a suspect. I got it, John. Listen, email me the transcript of your interview and I'll take a look at what she claimed happened. Because from what you're telling me, she's either a suspect, perhaps an accessory to the murders, or she was compliant based on fear. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll send the original transcript, but I have to prepare this account for the news report. This is going to be a problem. I think I might have to adjust a few things. I don't want the public attacking her. But that's the thing, Joe. I have to uphold the integrity of this investigation.
Correct. I know it may cause conflict with the public's view of the survivor, but this is what she claimed unfolded. We can't jeopardize the integrity of the investigation. Who knows? She may in fact be a suspect. We simply can't do that. We have to release the original accounts intact.
All right, this is going to be a nightmare for her and her family. I truly hope she isn't involved. I didn't get into the element of calling an officer out to the scene because I just wanted to establish what unfolded during those early hours. An investigator has stated that a group of friends arrived at the scene, and I'm not sure who exactly called an officer out. But I'm going to do another interview with her to see if I can figure that out. Some random investigator might ratchet up the investigation. We need to keep the facts facts and put all speculation to the side.
I agree. I believe Furman might be lurking around. Don't trust him. We have to keep an eye on this guy, because we can't have him fuzzing up the investigation. I don't think he's credible, to be honest. Let me know about updates. Talk later.
No problem. Take care. This is the Chaos Sector.